What's up, guys? I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on lately, which isn't much. But 704 Games just released the mobile version of the NASCAR Heat, whatever. Uh, I didn't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. I checked out a few videos online just out of curiosity, and it's exactly what I thought it would be, and what you should expect from mobile games is just little teasers, and it gives you something to do if you're standing online at the supermarket, or if you're just in the waiting room at the doctor's office or something, and there's not it's just a you know it doesn't provide anything worthwhile beyond that. Also, of course, the game's loaded with microtransactions, but that's what mobile gaming is. So I'm not, there's nothing new there. Um, and I'm not going to support a product that I don't believe is going to help on the console side. And I've said from the beginning, I don't I don't like the idea that they're also interested in mobile gaming. When they made that announcement, I'm like, you know what? You're a small developer. Why aren't you fully focused on one thing? And now you're spreading resources. And you could see they put, just from what I saw as far as the gameplay online, you could see it's not, they put resources into it. That much is evident. But it just reminds me that's a lot of time and money that didn't go to the console side. So that worries me. It's one of the reasons why I can't support it. It's not what I'm interested in anyway. And I suggest that those of you, I don't want to tell people what to do. If you want to buy it, buy it. But if you really believe what I believe, and you want to hold these developers accountable, then you have to show them that you're not going to support certain things, whether it's the mobile gaming thing, the microtransactions, the DLC. Don't buy this stuff, because when you do, it just reminds them, hey, there's money to be made doing this. So why should we worry about, you know, uh, our main title on the console side? That's not good. So the best way to send a message is to not support the things you disagree with. And I see, I've read through some of the comment sections in these other videos, and I see people like, oh, this looks great, whatever. I don't get it, man. To me, this is what helps erode the gaming community. This is why we get DLC. This is why we get microtransactions, because you're always going to find people out there who say it's a great thing. I don't want to get too much further into it. I don't give a damn about the mobile gaming. And I don't know. It's not fair for me to critique it any further. So I'll leave it at that. My main thing is that there is no news on the console side. This game is supposed to come out in the fall. You would think that by now they would have released some more information, and they haven't. So I think that that's a bad sign, because if you want to start hyping up the game, you're running out of time, and you want people to get excited. You would think they would come out and just, even if they're just going to release little, just a little bit of information, like, hey, this game's going to have a paint booth. This game is going to have this. This game's going to be this improved in this area. This is going to be a deeper, more immersive career mode. Um, Things like that, like statistics. It's gonna be a fully robust game. It's gonna be leaps and bounds improved over the first game. Something just to hype up, the consumer base. And it's odd, because every other game developer does with their games. When they're gonna release a game, they overhype the game sometimes, which is not a good thing. But I would expect these guys to at least have released some information. We know nothing about the game. and now they just released that mobile game. So I assume I don't know what they're doing with that. Uh, Maybe they're gonna try to hype that up, but they released it, so I don't know. So these are the things that worry me. I did want to take a moment to give a shout out to somebody, and his channel is What If Racing, and he put out a video called "The Basic Need for a NASCAR Game," and I really appreciate what he did. And this is the type of thing I've been asking people to do because I'm really nobody in the YouTube community. I'm just some lone guy who posts videos about his opinions, but I don't consider myself a professional YouTuber or somebody with a channel, with a big, people joined and they subscribe because I suppose they like what I have to say. They might agree with it, or even if they disagree, they respect what I have to say. Whatever the case is, I appreciate it, but I need people with real following, with a lot more subscribers, or just people who are better known, and to put the word out. And I appreciate what If Racing did, and so I want to give him a shout out. Go check out his channel, and definitely check out that video. It's called "The Basic Need for a NASCAR Game," and it's basically the things I've been hammering away. And I know I repeat myself a lot, and if you've watched my other videos, it's like, you know what, this guy, he does repeat himself a lot. But the reason I do that is because these are important topics. And it's not something I could just mention one time and never talk about it again. It's because these are the things that are really holding this game or this franchise back from being what it should be. Not what it could be, what it should be. Because it's lacking so much. And this video that What If Racing did it's almost, I would say it's 90% of what I would do if I had the ability to edit and to do to show what he's showing. This is why I ask other people who are smarter than I am and know how to do this stuff to do it. Not for me, it's for the gaming community. It's to finally try to get us the product that we've been waiting for so long. So I appreciate the video, and I appreciate him doing what I asked, and I hope more people do this. And the video is awesome. He really talks a lot about the statistics that are missing, which is something I've been talking about this since 2011 with Eutechnics. And actually, in the video, you see clips of these older games that I'm always talking about. And you could see the difference in the quality in these games and all the stuff that's in these games. There's so much more content, presentations better and deeper. And you could see all these stats, career, earning. I mean, I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to get into detail. But just go check this video out and check out his channel. It's a good channel. And again, thank you for doing it. And he actually mentioned me early in the video, and I appreciate that because it makes me feel better. Not because this does anything for me, because I don't, like I've told you guys before, I'm not here for fame. I'm not here for attention. I'm not here for subscribers. I don't monetize nothing. This is just one guy with an opinion. So it's not about me, but I appreciate it because he listened to what I had to say, and he, obviously agreeing with me. I appreciate that, but he went a step further and he did what I've been asking people to do. And I hope more people do it because this gets the word out, and hopefully word gets back to 704 Games. We can't let up on this because they tend to brush people off. And you go on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and they give you these pre-written responses, and it's the same response to most people. But if we keep doing it, and different people keep going at them and telling them, give us a paint booth, we need statistics, we need more content, more presentation of a deeper career mode, and you tell them, man, go check out NBA 2K series. Go check out MLB The Show. Go check out even the F1 racing. Go check out Madden, other sports titles. These games are fully fleshed out, and they're not perfect. There's always issues with every game, but you're not even in the ballpark with these other titles. And you put out an 8 GB game, and now you're doing mobile, and it's time to step your game up. Now, the good news is the first game with all its flaws, at least it's something you can build upon as a framework. But that means there's no room for error. This next game has to address the issues, the problems, the glitches, the broken coursing system, and now you got to flesh the game out, fill it with content, and add all of these things we've been talking about. There's no excuse not to do it, and now you've had a full year to work on it, and you're building off a game that already has all the racetracks. Yeah, you might have to do some changes to some of these things, but the meat and potatoes of the game has been built. So you're not starting from scratch anymore. So there's no excuses. I don't want to hear from anyone, oh, it's just their second game and they're a small developer. No, you already built. The first game is, it's, for me, it's a loss. I'm not going to keep hammering away at it. But now that you've built it, it should be that much easier for you to build upon what you already started. And in spite of everything, if you really work hard at it and you invest the proper amount of resources, there's no reason you can't come out and have a game that's light years ahead of what you put out last year. So I'm expecting more. There's no room for error. There's no more, oh, well, maybe next time. Okay? It's time now that you deliver on everything that you should have delivered the first time around. Okay? So I'm just waiting for some news. There's nothing out, and I'm worried about it. I mean, it's almost the end of April. I don't know when they're going to start trying to hype this next game. So what do you guys think? And I don't think I'm going to do another video unless there's some substantial news coming out later. Like I said, sometimes I get fed up, I get frustrated, and then I got to make a video. It's a way to rant, and I think a good rant once in a while is healthy. Now, I'm not a screamer. I don't do a lot of screaming and throwing, and my rants are more internal. Like, if you can't tell how pissed off I am at times, and I am angry, but it's hard to notice because I'm so focused like a laser. I'm trying to address the issues. Anybody can come on and curse and scream and just be like, fuck these guys. But I try to keep that to a minimum, and that's just not in my nature. But I am pissed off, and I am upset, and I'm just sick and tired of this. This is, since 2011, we've gotten one garbage after the next. One garbage title. And I don't know if you guys realize, but I'm 47 years old. So I've been around, I've played these older games. A lot of you guys, I realize, are a lot younger than I am, and maybe you never played the Thunder series and some of these other games I've brought up. And it's a shame, because if you did play those games, you would be just as pissed as I am, because you would realize how off par, okay, these current gen games are in terms of NASCAR. And these guys they're just not getting the job done. And at the end of the day, I'm not the only one who's mentioned this, but a lot of people have said, including myself, if you just took NASCAR Thunder 2004, 2005, and you just redid that game with just, everything modernized, but just follow that blueprint. If you only did that and you didn't add another thing to it, you would have a great NASCAR game. Now just imagine what you could do if you just added to that. But unfortunately, the bar has been set so low that I don't get it. I don't know where these guys where their heads are at. And after they announced that they were now 704 games, and some guy from that who used to work for NASCAR is with them now, to me that's meaningless. Uh, Video game development, and having worked at NASCAR, to me has proven through time to not have meant a damn thing, because they get a lot of input from NASCAR drivers and all kinds of stuff, and it hasn't really led to anything. And back in the old days, EA got the job done. And I know that after 2005, 2006, those games really started falling off. But the reason they fell off is because they didn't push themselves. After a while, they just kept regurgitating the previous title with updated paint schemes, updated driver rosters, and very little else to show improvement, or that people should buy the next title because, hey, you're getting something different, or you're getting more than you got last year. It's like video game development has taken a step back, especially in terms of NASCAR. We keep getting less and less. And Utechnics, for all their flaws, at least gave us a paint booth. And now DMR, who's now 704 games, they come out with their first game, and instead of giving us more than Utechnics did, they knew all the criticism against Utechnics. You would think they would come out and put something better. But instead, they took a step back and said, let's not only not really do anything to separate ourselves and show people we're not Utechnics, but we're just going to take away one of the things people love most about these games, is the ability to customize cars in a paint booth. Let's take that away too. Well, I don't understand the thought process behind that. You're supposed to improve with time. These consoles are capable of so much more. I could imagine what the development team at EA during those years, 2003 to 2005-06, who developed the Thunder series, I could only imagine what those guys would have done with the current generation of consoles, with that power at their disposal. And that's the shame of it. There's no excuse for developers. Everything you could hope for in a NASCAR game is possible. Technologically possible with these consoles. There's no excuse. The failures of these games are 100% on the developer, not on the consoles. So this is make or break for me. I swear to you, if this next game is a failure, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. I've been doing these videos since 2011. And my message seems, for the most part, to be falling on deaf ears in terms of the development team at Utechnics and now 704 Games. But at least many of you who have agreed with me, it leads me to understand I'm not the only one that thinks like this. So, but I can only do this for so long, and I'm very close to just be like, you know what? I don't think I'll ever see another decent NASCAR game, at least for a long time. So I need you guys to really help and do like What If Racing did, and put your content out there and push the message forward to these guys. Okay, I don't do social media, so I need you guys to do that. And it's not for me, it's for us. Okay, so we deserve better. But the ultimate message to any developer is the money. That's where it begins and ends. If you go out and you buy this mobile game, it's really hurting the final product. And on the console side, okay. And once they see they're still gonna have people going and spending money on these mobile games, in terms of microtransactions, all this stuff, that is killing console gaming, little by little. So, what do you guys think? I'm interested in your opinion. And go check out What If Racing's channel, and check out that video, because it really nails almost every one of my points, and it does so the type of way I wish I knew how to do. I don't even know how to edit. So, but he was able to show this stuff, and you could see clips of these older games and the things that made those games great and made you feel like uh, there was a purpose to playing the game and that it led to something. And it really reminds you of how empty these current games are. So I look forward to your comments, and thanks again to What If Racing, and go check out his channel. All right.